Greetings and welcome to another edition of The Great Goddess. Praise be to Goddess. Praise be to Goddess. Well, here it is another Wednesday, and today we have for you the subject of Goddess is a world within herself. Well, what do we mean when we say Goddess is a world within herself? Well, she is not just a world within herself, but the entire universe within herself. And since we can't comprehend the vastness of the universe, we also can't comprehend the vastness of God. She's beyond our human reckoning. And she is vast, and she is very intelligent. And we can't wrap our heads around just how intelligent she really is. She's really, really intelligent, and we can't comprehend how vast she is. She's so vast, and her largesse is legendary. She's just bigger than life. And so we try to comprehend our goddess, but we can't because she's beyond our human comprehension. But what can we comprehend about Goddess? That's the real question. What is it that we can comprehend about Goddess? Well, we can comprehend that she's very vast because she created the entire universe. So the universe was born of her womb. So Goddess must necessarily be vast in and of herself. She's very, very vast. And we know that she's intelligent because she created the human body perfectly and all of its forms. She created the human body, and she created animal bodies too as well. And there's many different kinds of animals with many different kinds of forms, but they all have the genetic code that tells how their bodies will be constructed. And so she is vastly intelligent. We know that she's very intelligent because she created all of these animals, including human beings, which is still somewhat beyond our human comprehension. The complexity of the human body is somewhat beyond our human comprehension. We can comprehend it a little bit, and enough to create drugs that will treat certain disorders, but we can't know all of it at once. And so Goddess knows it all. She knows all of us. And so because she created us, she is vastly intelligent. She is very intelligent, and she's very, very caring and kind also. We don't know, we can't comprehend how caring and kind the Goddess is. She intended for us to have happy lives together with our fellow human beings, and that was her intention. And when it doesn't work out sometimes, that's the way things go, but her intention was for us to all get along with each other and to cooperate with each other and to just get along. So Goddess's kindness is great. And does she have an unkind side? Well, it is possible that the Goddess has an unkind side, because there is mayhem and even murder in our world. So the goddess might have an unkind side, but her kind side vastly outweighs her unkind side. So she's much more kind than not. And that's shown every day with everyday people who are much more kind than not. And we see it all around us. We see all around us that there's people who are more kind than not. For if you listen to the news every day, no news is good news. So if you listen to the news, you're going to think that it's terrible out there, and that there's horrible people, and that everybody is horrible, and that everything is no good. But that is just the news. The news focuses in like a laser beam on the bad. They never focus on the good. They never focus on the good on the news. So people are much more kind than one thinks, and there's much more good out there than there is evil. So that reflects on Goddess also. Goddess is much more kind than she is unkind, and there's much more good in her than not. And so she's not she's a very kind person, personage. Let's put it that way, personage rather than person. She's much more kind than not, and she's not evil at all. She's all good because she's let's put it this way, if she has anything in her that we consider evil, it's not evil inside her, because she's endlessly creative, and she transforms it into part of her endless creation. So the bad is rare, and the good is more common in Goddess. So we know that she's good because her intentions are always good. Her intentions for us are always good. And if she created any evil, then we should have to accept the evil along with the good, because that's the way life is. That's the way things are. That evil is a part of creation too, and we have to accept that, even though it's hard to accept sometimes that there's evil in our world. We have to accept it because it's a part of our world, and our world has both good and evil in it. So Goddess is a world within herself. She's a universe within herself. She's incredibly vast. She contains everything good, evil, and neutral, and everything else in herself. And but she's endlessly creative. If people misuse her creation and choose the evil over the good, then Goddess objects to that, because she created it so that we could know the difference between good and evil and choose the good over the evil. She created us that way so that we could choose. And we all have that choice to choose good over evil. So she created us that way, and that's her intention, is to teach us, and to teach us the difference between good and evil in her creation, and how to choose the good over the evil. And so Goddess is good because she gave us a choice. She gave us a choice to choose good over evil, and so we have that choice, and we can choose every day to choose good over evil. So she's not going to exclude anyone or anything from her creation. She doesn't exclude people like that. She includes everyone, and she's equally generous and creative with all of them. So that's the way Goddess is, and we have to accept her the way she is when she created everything that is. She created everything that is, everything. So if Goddess has a dark side, not necessarily evil, but a dark side, it's still lighter than the dark side of human beings, because human beings all the time choose evil over good, and Goddess does not choose evil over good ever. So she she does have a dark side that we can comprehend, but it doesn't overshadow her good side. Her good side is much greater than any evil side that she might have. So if we focus only on the bad all the time, like some people like to do, I'm not naming names, but you know who you are, where you focus on the bad all the time, and bad over good, and evil over good, then you're going to think that the world is a terrible place, and that Goddess's creation bites, or something to that effect, and you're going to be embittered. And you shouldn't feel that way. You should open your heart up and realize that there's both good and evil in creation, because Goddess is endlessly creative and she creates everything. And we have a choice every day of good over evil. And we, the people, choose how we're going to act. And she doesn't interfere with our free will at all, but she always gives us a choice every day, what we're going to do. And she doesn't prevent us, because we're here to learn, and we can't learn unless we're exposed to evil. We have to be exposed to evil in order to learn that good is better than evil. So, we all have a choice every day, and Goddess gives us this choice of good over evil, and she's vast within herself. She's so vast, she contains everything that is. Everything that is, everything that can be imagined is within Goddess. So she contains it all. She contains the entire universe, most of it neutral in our view, as far as good versus evil. Like, we don't consider a black hole to be evil. It's just a phenomenon of nature. And so we have to accept phenomena of nature, and accept nature as it is, and accept Goddess as she is, and realize that her vastness is beyond our comprehension, that we can't comprehend how much she contains within herself, how much she holds within her heart. She's so vast that we can't comprehend it. So just remember, as far as the good versus evil deal goes, that maybe Goddess has a dark side, but she doesn't do evil. She doesn't do evil, so she's good. And so she wants us to choose good over evil all the time. That's what Goddess wants for us. Even her dark side wants that for us. She wants us to choose good over evil all the time. And she's very sympathetic toward us, because we're her creations after all, and she understands when we have troubles, and she sympathizes with us when we don't understand, or when we're even when we're embittered. She pities us and has sympathy for us then. So so the goddess is great, and we can't comprehend her vastness. So we just have to live our lives the best way we can, and and have a world within ourselves. We have a world within ourselves, and that was given to us by Goddess. I'm Sarah Jane Alpha Wolf, signing off. Have a great week, and take care.